Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Jesse Green Live. And I've done some cool podcasts, but I got a really cool podcast today. My guest is Jen Burrow of Burrow Wineries in
Percival, Virginia.
And if you've never been here, this is one of the coolest. The building is unbelievable. The architecture and the wine is good.
Thank you.
Even though Jen knows I'm not a real wine drinker, but the wine is great.
Lots of different wines.
Yeah. Because for me, unfortunately, wine has to be like super sweet.
I think you liked our sangria, though.
Yeah, I did like sangria. Yeah, I did like sangria with the fruit in it.
Yes, frozen fruit.
Because I was just here, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago for
the Key West Festival.
For the Key West Festival.
Yeah, lots of fun.
I was here as Captain Mango.
Yep.
And always have a ball. I've been coming, I don't know how long. Somebody came up and showed me a picture that was taken with his wife and daughter in 2014.
Yeah.
So it's been at least 11 years.
Before then, I mean, the first year we had the Key West Festival was 2006. So maybe 2010 or something you started coming. I'll have to look back. I have a lot of pictures.
Pictures.
We've both grown up over the years.
Yeah, we've had pictures taken all over the place.
Yes.
Up here on the balcony. And we ought to get a picture up on that balcony.
We should. That's our little throw porch, little kissing porch. My family's Cajun, so that's like in Louisiana when you throw the beads from the balcony.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, and whoop.
So there is access to it. I thought it was just... we access it. We climb a ladder and get up there. Oh,
that's how we access it. Yeah,
okay.
But it is a house. You can actually go inside up there, and you can get inside the back end of that area. It's storage for us, but we do decorate it, and we do get up there sometimes on our events.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
But they have not only Key West days, you have...
Oh my goodness. We have events all throughout the year. We have a big Cajun festival since my family's Cajun. We do that in June every year. Key West is in July every year. We have barbecue and bluegrass that we host in August. We've got awesome barbecue vendors that come out and just amazing fiddle players that come out. We have dog days twice a year for those of you that have dogs, love the furry four-legged friends. We have a big Mardi Gras event. We call it Samedi Gras, and that happens in alignment with Easter. So it's always the Saturday before Mardi Gras. We do cherry blossom celebration because we've got gorgeous cherry trees out here. We do that in May every year. We bloom about a week after DC, and our blossoms are stunning, and you don't have to deal with the crowds in DC.
Oh, cool.
And because the blossoms are pink, we celebrate by releasing our rosé in the same time frame. We do a harvest festival. We do vertical tastings. We do wine dinners. There's something once a month at Bro Vineyards to celebrate.
And you have music here.
Live music every single weekend, and every holiday Monday we'll have live music as well. We love supporting our local artists.
If you haven't been here, you got to come for just the ambiance of inside here is so cool.
Thank you.
And gracious host, and the staff here goes out of their way to help you and recommend it to anybody.
Thank you.
And you can get here pretty easy. You can get here pretty easy from DC.
Yeah, about an hour from DC.
Yeah, Martinsburg, Hagerstown, Frederick.
Yep.
Charlestown.
Quick drive, 12 minutes from Charlestown. Really fast drive. Harper's Ferry.
Yeah.
Really close. If you like hiking, you like to go see the Shenandoah. Quick trip from Harper's Ferry, West Virginia.
Go tubing in the morning.
Go tubing in the morning.
Come up here and have wine in the afternoon.
Sipping in the afternoon.
And
exactly.
Your kitchen, is it open whenever you're open?
Yeah, so we have a kitchen that's open 7 days a week. We offer really fantastic lunch offerings, just easy eating. We've got great flatbreads, and we have burgers, we have tacos. We have a really fantastic Cuban sandwich that we introduced this year at Key West Fest, and it was a huge seller, so we're keeping that on the menu.
Ooh.
So just really easy, fun food. We've got some people that come out even during the workday, and they can't have a glass of wine, but they might have a tea and have lunch with us and just enjoy the beautiful setting, relax a little bit while they're taking a break from the workday.
We're going to have to get some video outside of the setting. We got the video coming in.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to go out and walk around, and it's just beautiful here.
Yeah.
And I've been to a fair amount of wineries, but I've never seen a setting like this. A lot of them are just like butler buildings.
Right.
And
Right. Well, we definitely want you to know you're at a winery when you're here. I mean, I think my father actually founded our business in the early 90s when we moved here. We knew that there were some grapes on the property, but they were really downtrodden. They weren't being used to make any wine. So he recultivated them and made some wine. We call it garage wine, bathtub wine.
Yeah.
You know, it was just for the family and friends. And, you know, he did some research and discovered that this place was actually ideal for grape growing. And we started to plant more vineyards, and then eventually Bro Vineyards was born. We had our first vintage in 1997. And I think one of the most magical things he did was to always put farming first. So when you get that footage of outside and you show everybody, I think you're just going to be blown away at how stunning it is. There's no doubt you're at a vineyard. No matter where you're sitting, whether you're inside or outside, you're surrounded by the grapes. And we're sitting in my tasting room right now, and we're in the center of the entire vineyard. So if you were to stand on the roof, you're going to see panoramic views of the vineyard all around. So we're literally in the heart of the vineyard, right here in the tasting room. And I love that he developed it, and as he kept in mind that farming was first, because it's really about the grapes, it's about the fruit, and all the rest of the stuff is so much fun. It's fun to bring the events and the live music and the food and all those great things into this farm. And we get to sell our farm product in the most amazing way. You know, it's just fun, you know, just fun. Lots of warm hospitality, like you said, too. And I'm from the South, so I pride myself. Warm Southern hospitality.
I was going to ask you, is your family from here?
So my grandparents are from Louisiana. My great-grandfather and grandfather were Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Louisiana. My father was born in California. He lived in Texas for a while as well, but that's our Cajun connection. So Bro is a very Cajun name.
Yeah.
My mother was actually Washington, D.C., and they met in Norfolk, Virginia, and then got married and moved to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, which is where I'm from. I'm a native of the Outer Banks, and here I am in Virginia. I took over the family business 21 years ago here at Bro Vineyards.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see on Facebook you go down to the Outer Banks a lot.
I do. Well, my mother's still there. My sister's still there. So that's really where my roots are. My feet will always be in the sand somewhere, and that's always going to be home to me, the Outer Banks. Yeah.
It's interesting. From Cajun in California to the Outer Banks to a winery in Virginia.
Yeah. A lot of trekking around.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm sure you want to see the rest of the complex here. So we're going to move on to the, what do you call the room over here?
Yeah, so we can move on to this room over here is called the Vin 97. That's our original tasting room. And I think we'll take a walk through the production facility, like the back of the winery where you can see the tanks and the barrels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Catch us over there. Here we are in the original tasting room, and now it's called
Vin 97 because we opened originally the whole business in 1997, and this is the room where it all happened back then.
And when it started, Jen was telling me that this was right here was the only public area.
Yeah.
In the whole winery.
Yeah. It's tiny.
And now it since 97. And so this is kind of a little bit more quieter place to come back here and have some wine. You see, you got the sofa in the fireplace over here. So that's amazing that this is where it started. This is where, in fact, I don't know if you can follow us, Russell, real quick. I'm going to walk over here to the door so you can get an idea how big this is inside here.
Yeah.
Let's walk over here but that's how big the original room was. And now
tiny.
We're going into what they have here. And this isn't even all of it. So you can see
Lots
what
of
an
space.
expansion.
Yeah.
And
we
that's
really
not
needed
even
it
all of
too.
it. There's a club room down below.
Yeah.
There's a whole separate building, 2-story, you said?
Yeah, so we have a tower room up here called the Soleil room, meaning the sunroom. We have the club room downstairs, and the club has a patio as well. We have a classroom downstairs where we do wine education. And then we also have the events building called the Grand Acadia, and that's where we host charitable events, wine dinners, weddings. We do funerals, we do it all. And below that, we have a room called the Cork and Key. And it's another space. It looks like an English pub. It's really beautiful. And during the weddings, that's actually where the groomsmen like to hang out downstairs. But we also do library tastings in there and more quiet wine dinners and tastings for wine critics or just special gatherings in that room as well. So.
Wow.
Lots of square footage now.
I didn't know there was a room up here.
36 steps, unforgiving steps. I really wanted to put an elevator, at least a dumbwaiter in there to get stuff up and down, but I didn't get my wish. So we get our steps in daily going up and down those stairs. And it's worth it. It's panoramic views when you get up there. The views are just stunning of the vines. Yeah.
I'll bet. Okay. Gives you an idea how big this building is. Now we're going to go to the actual core of the business.
Robert at the festival. I don't know if you got to meet.
You guys look completely different without your cover out.
Yeah.
I was half expecting the outfit.
Well, I was telling, and you're the chef.
No, that's not Andrew. You're close though.
Does he? Does he?
He looks
Because we were talking about he could be a pirate.
Yeah, he could. He could be a pirate. He could take over. How are you
doing? Good.
He's a power lifter. He'd be power pirate.
Is it Mr. Mango right now or Captain Mango?
I'm just Jesse right now. Jesse right now. I was telling Russell, I don't think Jen has ever seen me
outside the garb?
Yeah, without the garb, right?
On your podcast?
Yeah, on podcast, but
I don't think I have
never
otherwise.
in person.
I don't believe so. I don't think I have, but I've seen you enough on your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Be nice.
Right now. You know,
I'm almost. I'm better looking on the podcast.
Oh.
Lights and mirrors can do anything. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're in the winery, the real production, the money maker.
Yes.
This is where the money is made in the winery. Jen's going to give us a tour of the whole process here.
Yeah.
So what do we have here?
So this is our main tank room. So when you make wine, you need fermentation, where you convert your, the sugars into alcohol and all that good stuff that makes it wine and not grape juice. So these tanks are where the fermentation can begin. And if it's a wine like, say, our unoaked Sauvignon Blanc, the fermentation will begin and end in the tanks. Its life is going to kind of stop here pre-bottling because we don't want to introduce any oak. So later in the tour, I'll show you the oak barrels. But for right now, we're in the tank room, completely stainless steel. These tanks can hold a lot of wine. You can see the gallon, almost 1,800 gallons in these large tanks. And we have several tanks in this building. So we have the ability to do a lot of production in here. These are the manholes. Get in there and clean them out. It's a lot of fun to get in there. We have to wear respirators. It's a whole process to getting in and out of these tanks. But yeah, this is like the first area once the grapes are pressed, and I'll show you the press room as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Wow.
Captain Mango.
Captain Mango.
So
how long does it have to ferment?
So it just depends on the wine. Our red grapes take a little longer. It's all about temperature and time. The white grapes take a little shorter, and we do try to keep these tanks are primarily for cold steel fermentation. It keeps their fruit flavors really nice and concentrated. Especially the Sauvignon Blanc is one of my favorites, so I'll kind of focus on that when we're talking about these tanks. It keeps the fruit kind of flavors really intact, and the fermentation process, because the tank is so large, is the life is going to be a little shorter. Like the fermentation time is going to be a little shorter than in the smaller tanks because you spread out the surface area. And then that wine, again, finishes right here, and it's going to get bottled. We pump it right out of this into the bottling line, which we'll show you a little later as well.
So it gets pumped right out here over to that station.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, that's cool. Okay.
And you see all these case boxes. We actually just finished a bottling. Normally we don't have cases and cases of wine stacked up. But you can see there's some water on the floor. So once we finish bottling, we do a nice cleanup. And then we get these wines checked into inventory and we put them in our case room. And I'll show you the case room as well. And bottling is a fun process. It's magical time. It's loud. It's a lot of activity. Second to harvest, that's one of the most fun times because we know all of our work has come to fruition and that product's being put in the bottle
how
so that we
often
can
you
sell
do
it.
this? What's with grapes?
Yeah,
You
the
can
growing
only
season.
pick them. Yeah, the growing season. You
Yeah.
can only pick them one time.
So once you plant a grapevine, it's going to take, say, 3 years to get fruit. By the 4th year, you've got really nice fruit set. And we begin harvesting in August, like mid to late August each year. The vines start to come back to life. They're dormant over the winter. They'll start to come back to life in, say, April when we have our bud break process. And so from April to August, we'll pick for, say, our rosé and our sparkling wine. And then as we move into September and October, we'll pick the rest of our whites, and then our reds come in last. So it's a pretty quick process once the grapes kind of go through bud break.
A lot of work all at once.
It's a lot of work at once. And at harvest, everything comes in. Merlot might be Monday. We've got to do a rapid pick. And if a storm's coming, we might bring in something a little early. Like the next day, we might pick as much Cabernet as we possibly can.
You have to pick them that quick.
We pick them pretty fast. I mean, it's rolling, thank goodness, because each variety sweetens at a different rate. And the sugars are very important, very vital to making wine. Without sugar, you don't have fermentation. So you would have a stunted fermentation, which means you basically have really boring grape juice. That kids don't want to drink because it's not the kind of grape juice the kids want, and it's not the kind of adult grape juice that adults want. There's no alcohol in it. The grapes come in at different times. Similar to tomatoes, like your Roma tomatoes might ripen before your hothouse tomatoes. Grapes are the same. They're fruit. Okay. So it just takes a little longer for some than others. Okay. One cool thing, our Nebbiolo, which is an Italian variety, it's one of our flagship wines, that is the first to go through bud break in the vineyard. It's a red grape, and the last to be harvested. So that has a really long, growing season. And that grape, once fermented, goes into oak barrels where it stays for 18 to 36 months to age.
So this process, what you do here, is only done once a year?
We make wine once a year. Yeah, but there's always wine. So the white wines get made and then they get bottled. They get, they'll sit for a while and age in the barrel if they're in barrel. If they're not, they're in tank and then they get bottled. The red wines, however, will come out of fermentation, maybe be put into barrel. And some reds go through fermentation in the barrel. And then they get aged after the fermentation process in barrel. And they might be there for many, many years. So even though one vintage, it's once a year, it's called the vintage. So this year is the 2025 vintage. So when you see 25 on a label, that means that's when the grapes were picked.
Oh, okay.
So it has nothing to do when it's bottled. So the grapes from 2025, say the red grapes, you may not be consuming those until 2030 because of the aging process. Okay. So that's kind of neat. When you see that on the bottle, it's because it was bottled that year. I mean, not bottled, excuse me. It's because the grapes were grown in that growing season.
You still have some bottles from 1997?
We do. We have some old bottles. Yeah. So I'm actually starting a wine club called the Dusty Bottle Club, and I'm only taking 40 members. I want it to be really fun, and we're going to deep dive into those really old wines. Some of them I only have 20 or 30 bottles of, taste with them, educate people on them, and just really deep dive into the growing process, the vineyards, and the aging process of wines too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk around. Where are we going to next?
Yeah. We can peek into our secondary fermentation room. Okay. And then we'll go kind of through the press room where the grapes are pressed, and that's how we get our juice.
Oh, that is a lot of barrels.
There's a lot, right?
We're all full at one time or
So not all of them are full at one time. It really is based on our production year. So when we need more wine, they might be full, and other years they might not be full. We might just fill one or two or fill multiples, halfway. It just depends on our production needs. If we have a really good year, I'm going to want to make more wine because we're not always guaranteed. There's nothing guaranteed in farming except for inconsistent growing years. Yeah. Especially in Virginia. It's a little risky in Virginia. It's not like California where you have that beautiful, consistent, hot, dry weather. We're really working to make wine in Virginia. We've got quality fruit. But it comes down to those last few weeks at harvest. And if you get a lot of rain, things can fall apart pretty quickly.
Have you ever come close to running out of wine before the next year?
We run out of some wines, yeah. Like right now, we're really low on our white wines, and that's partly due to just people wanting to purchase a lot of our white wines. Yeah. And then we had 2 years where we had some tough weather, so we didn't bring in as many grapes. The fruit wasn't as prolific. We had a terrible hailstorm last year, and then the year before we had a lot of rain. So we have to constantly adjust and really be careful how we sell our wines, be very strategic in our approach to getting the wines out to people, and watch our inventory pretty closely.
Okay.
Yeah. It's farming,
Yeah.
Unpredictable. So watch the hoses here on the floor. Again, we just finished bottling, so this is part of the cleanup process to soak our things and sanitize them after bottling. Okay. So this room is very similar to the other room, just smaller tanks for different wines, smaller capacity of fermentation. So you can see these don't hold as much. These are 1565 gallons per tank. And we were holding our red wines in here before bottling because you can't pump directly out of a barrel. So the wines get pushed into smaller tanks in this room, and then we pump them from this room into the bottling room.
So you can't go right out of a barrel.
We don't bottle right from a barrel. No, they always get prepared for bottling. They go through filtration, and then they get put into a tank where you can see where the pumps go on the tanks, to filter, to pump into this room over here.
Okay.
Do you want to check the bottling line out since we're here? Okay, we'll go see the barrels, and then we'll go to the bottling room.
Let's go see the barrels.
Yeah.
We're going to see the barrels.
We're going to see the barrels. So this is one barrel room. This isn't the one that we love so much, though. These barrels are being stored so that we can put wine in them this year. Some of them are brand new. This is where we're going to hold it. Like you can see the barrels that are wrapped up there.
Yeah.
Some of those are ready to be sold. Others, like down here on the floor, are brand new. And we do get new barrels every year. But a barrel, the barrels we purchase can be used more than once.
Okay.
So some barrels are meant to be used once, like one and done. These barrels are meant to be used 3-4 times. By the time you use them, say the third or the fourth time, they start to lose their characteristics, like the charriness, the toastiness, the smoke, the vanilla, the toffee, whatever that barrel is meant to give, and it becomes more neutral. So what the barrel will give at that point is more of a mouthfeel, more of a weight on the palate rather than flavor. So this is a cool room, but let me show you the real barrel room.
Okay.
It's going to be through these doors in here.
See, she teased us. That's not the real barrel room.
So while we're walking through, before it goes into barrel, it has to be pressed. This is our wine press. It's called a Euro press. And inside the big dome is a bladder, and it really gently presses down on the grapes, and the juice falls into this pan here. And that gentle process, it prevents breaking the seeds, and the seeds can add some acidity. It can add bitterness. If you ever bite into a grape that's seeded, you know what that tastes like. It's not very pleasant. So we don't want that introduced into the wine. And this Euro press is a really beautiful way of pressing the grapes and just getting that nice, soft beginning to the wine's life.
This is kind of the first place they come to?
Yeah, so once we pick, so our sorting table isn't set up yet because we're not in harvest. Once we get to harvest, this room completely transitions. It'll be completely emptied of all of these case boxes back here. We'll have a line here, and it's like I Live Lucy, where the chocolate factory.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that was.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like the stomping over here.
So this replaces Lucy stomping the grapes.
This does. But do you remember when they did the episode within the chocolate factory?
Yeah, in the chocolate factory.
And it was going too fast. So we have the same thing here, but if you can imagine the grapes coming in, and they get dumped onto the conveyor belt here. And what we do is hand sort. So if you can imagine, we're hand sorting these grapes that are also hand picked. And we have about 6 people on the line to hand sort. We also field sort, so we only pick the best fruit. And then we secondary sort here by hand. And then only the good fruit that's left on the table, the rest of the fruit we throw them out. We give them back to the earth. It gets put into a hopper. It comes off the line and it goes up the elevator and it dumps into the press. So there's a whole process that happens. So once picked, they get refrigerated first, which I'll show you that, and then they get pressed.
Okay.
And that's it. And then it either goes into tank or goes into the steel tanks or the barrel for fermentation. And then the rest is kind of history. It's bottled.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually have a question. Pardon me for
Yes, of course.
But what happens to the solid matter that's left over after it's pressed?
Yeah. We put it back into the field. Yep. It goes back into the field.
Do you separate the grapes? I mean, the seeds?
No, the seeds and the skin, they're really connected. You really can't do that. We do have a machine. Sometimes we do separate. We separate like the stalks. Most of the time, those always actually come off. We very seldom do whole cluster presses. Okay. We like for the jacks and things to be separated from the fruit, just because we don't want those bitter components put in. Yeah. And some spas, like we've had some of the local spas come get, it's called the musts that are left over for spa treatments and things like that. Yeah. And they incorporate it into their products. But, if not, we just put them back into the field, sometimes into a burn pile, but usually you can just spread them right back outside.
Okay. Yeah. Where are we headed to?
All right. We're going to go to the actual barrel room.
She's been teasing us for how long now?
Yes.
How long?
Come to the real barrel room with me. You can't feel it at where you're watching, but what a change in temperature.
Oh, wow.
We just went from the Arctic tundra to,
it is
90
warm.
degrees outside.
It is warm.
Yes.
Oh, there's a house back here?
Yep, that's my dad's house.
Wow.
Not quite in that tax bracket yet, people, but someday I hope to be. So the barrel room is through this door.
Okay.
It's through here.
Should I get ready for this?
Yes. It smells so good. Go take a look. See what you think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you can smell the oak and love this room. And it's always in different configurations when we get, when we're bringing in new barrels and after the wine is, getting made from year to year. This room will look completely different if you were to come during the production time or during the harvest time. And
now, how many bottles can you get from one barrel?
So we get about 26 cases per barrel, and there's 12 bottles in a case.
Oh, geez.
That's pretty average.
Wow.
Yeah.
26 cases.
About 26 cases of wine. Yep.
Wow.
It's a lot of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of wine. So, and our barrels come from all over the place. We get some from France. We do like American oak as well. We have Minnesota oak, Virginia oak. The French oak is great though. It just gives you nice kind of subtle, soft tannins. The tannins in wine come partly from the grapes and they come partly from the barrels. So the tannins are what you might taste if you try bittersweet chocolate. It kind of grips you back here. Yeah. Or if you make a cup of tea that's too strong, it kind of grabs you on the palate. That's what the tannins are in wine. And they're welcomed because it makes it friendly to food and it's kind of fun to play with, wine and food pairings with, especially wines with some tannins. Love protein like a good steak, but you don't want them to be too strong. And the barrels can help add tannin, but maybe add a softer tannin or round out some of the tannins that might be harsh from the grapes. And then fermentation can help soften some of those harsh tannins as well. The yeast strains that we use, the types of fermentation like malolactic fermentation, where we take those harsh tannins and convert them to soft tannins. So, and the barrels, the relationship with the barrel makers is really important. It's like having a tailor that you really trust. The barrel makers know exactly where the oak forest is and what it's going to impart to the wines.
Now, a question.
Yes.
Obviously, this process takes longer than going through the steel barrels.
Yes.
So this is a more expensive wine or a more...
Yeah. It's definitely more expensive. These barrels, some of these barrels are $2,200 a piece or more.
Wow.
So you can imagine
but
that process.
It's a higher quality wine or a specialty?
It's a red wine. So it depends on what you like. Like our Sauvignon Blanc, we make a Sauvignon Blanc that's done in barrel. And then we make one that's done in steel. So when it's done in steel, The process is just a lot faster, and we're not buying expensive barrels to put the wine in.
Does it taste as good?
I think I like this, for me personally, I like the steel version of Sauvignon Blanc, but it's just personal preference. What the oak does is softens the acids a little bit and then adds a butterscotch kind of toastiness to the wine. So it's just personal preference. You know, it's like Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Yeah.
You know, there's no right or wrong answer really with regards to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
a lot
you
of
can,
wine.
I don't know if you can hear the refrigeration, but back here where you see the green, that's we call it the reefer room, but it's not that kind of reefer room. It's a refrigeration room. And right now there's barrels in it. We're keeping those under cool conditions. There is wine in those. When we get to the harvest season, all those barrels will come out. And what we'll do is put our grapes inside that room. Once we harvest our grapes, you don't want to press them while they're hot. Because like humans, we kind of fall apart in the heat. Like, no, I don't feel like doing anything. The grapes
you say they're harvested in
August.
In August.
Well,
so
it's August, September, October.
So it's pretty hot.
It's really hot. So we chill those grapes down prior to pressing. We'll harvest them and chill them overnight and then press them the next morning. Yeah. And we have a lot of grape clients too. We chill them while they're waiting to come pick them up. We put them in that room to keep them nice and fresh for our grape clients.
Why just some of them are big barrels?
Yeah, so those are called puncheons, and those big barrels just add surface area. So some people think that it helps in introducing kind of more oak flavor, but a more subtle flavor. It's just personal preference of the winemaker and their goals. And winemakers are artists. They like to, these are their palettes and their tools. They kind of like to play with the different barrels, different types of wood from different forests. So, yeah.
Now, is there a winemaker? Do they have to? How do they become a winemaker? Just experience, or?
It's like a chef. Some are just born with it. They have family experience. Maybe they watch mom or dad or cousins or uncles throughout the years, and they just pick up on the craft. Others go through school. So you can go to school for winemaking. You can get a certificate from the UC Davis has a great program for winemaking in California.
And that's their title, winemaker? Or?
Winemaker.
Winemaker. Now, is the winemaker here part of your family, or?
He's not. His name is Adam, and he's not part of the family. Everybody is part of the crew, the KREWE, or Cajun family, when they work here. But Adam moved here from Delaware.
Okay.
His parents actually live in Virginia, but as of recently, they just moved here. But he's a Delaware guy. And he moved here specifically to take on the job here, with us. So.
Okay. Have we seen the whole? No, we haven't seen the bottling yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen the bottling room, and I would love to show you. It's just kind of cool to see our case room storage. We have so much wine stored in there.
There's more wine.
There's more wine. So when you say, you're ever going to run out of wine, I'm going to show you why we're not going to run out of wine, even if we have a really bad harvest season or 2 or 3 years in a row.
Okay, is that a little walk to get to?
It's right here to the right. When we walk out the door, it's just to the right-hand side.
We'll meet you over there.
All right.
Here we are.
Eviction notice.
Yeah, right. This is our VDAC, so we had to post this since this means we can do self-distribution in Virginia in select counties, which is awesome.
You can't distribute outside of Virginia?
We can. We have distributors to do that outside of Virginia, but within Virginia, I wanted to do self-distribution in my county, which is Loudoun, and in Clark County because they're so close.
Okay.
And I feel like I can service those accounts well. All right.
Wow.
So after the wine is bottled, it comes into this room to be stored. This is our wine storage room. When you make wine, it's not grape juice, so we are mandated to have a bonded area. This is our bonded area. When you cross the yellow line, you're in bond.
And what's that mean?
It means that the Virginia Department of ABC, they want to know exactly what's in bond. They govern what we're doing, make sure that we're not have contraband product. And in bond, there's a different tax bracket, and it means that it's not to be sold retail, so direct to customer. From bond, I can sell it to a wholesaler. When I want to bring wine into the tasting room for sale, I actually have to do paperwork and a transfer and kind of sell it to myself. I don't have to pay money for it, but on paper, you kind of sell it to yourself, and it gets transferred from bond to tax paid. That's the not fun part of the wine industry, but it's what we all do. Every single winery across America does the same thing.
So I'm kind of half
You're in
and
two
half
worlds.
right now. I'm kind of half and half right now.
You're half and half. Yep. But there's a lot of wine in here, reds, whites, and it goes on and on around this whole area.
We've seen a lot of gallons of wine in the store. Jeez.
Yeah.
Forget my question about ever running out of wine.
Not going to happen. This is our sparkling cage, so a nice little different storage in there. Oh, the floor to ceiling. Yeah, I know sparkling is good, right? We've got the bubbles, Blanc de Blanc. It's good stuff.
Do you make Ashley Spumante?
We don't. No, we have a wine called Allie's Sparkling, though, named after my sister, and it's a little sweet, so you might like that one. Little sweet sparkling. Yeah. So that's the case room storage. So every bottle of wine that people buy from Bro has to enter this room by law. You know, we bottle it, we store it, and then we do that transfer from bond to tax paid. A lot of steps that go into getting that wine to somebody's table, right?
It is. It is. I never expected all of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we did a brewery, and that's kind of all two, and that's all kind of
it's a little faster process. Yeah. I mean, with the grapes, you got to think, you know, growing April to August or September, picking, fermentation, you know, several months. It's going to be in barrel 12 to 36 months, just depending on the wine and the goals of the winemaker. And then after it's bottled, you don't consume it right away. Wine will go into what's called bottle shock, and it just becomes a little scrambled. You know, it's jostled around, going through the bottling line, and just kind of falls apart. It needs several months to come back together. So we bottled wines 3 months ago, and they won't be able to be released until September, for example, just because they're in bottle shock. And it just tastes a little weird. Yeah. It just tastes off. The average consumer may not pick up on it, but if you study wine, if you really know wine, you're going to pick up on those nuances. It's just a little wonky. Yeah, a little
now,
wonky.
once I buy a bottle of wine from you, how long can I keep it?
Red or white wine?
Red.
Okay. If it's a red wine and your goal is to drink it right away, you say, I want a wine that I don't really want to age it, I would recommend, you know, one of our younger kind of Malbec or fruit forward wines. Those are meant to be consumed, I'd say, 3 to 4 years after you purchase it from us. Most of our wines, our blends, they can be held, my goodness, we're still drinking wines from 1997 that are absolutely delicious. They have to be stored under the right conditions, though. And like, I'm going to take our Nebbiolo, for example. We're still drinking our 2001 Nebbiolo, and it's divine, but it's been stored correctly. And what happens when a wine ages? When you first purchase it, say if you purchased the 01 Nebbiolo in 2004 when we released it, it's going to be more fruit forward. And if you like that, you like more fruit forward wine, then that's a good wine to you right then and there. As it ages, you lose those flavors, the fruit flavors, and you get more of the secondary and tertiary flavors. So you're going to get the barrel flavors. So you're looking at more oak, more toast, more smoke. The fruit flavors that used to be bright, brilliant, like bright cherry or plum, might turn into more a stewed cherry or a dried cherry. So the flavors just change in time. So it's really up to you if you like that fresh, kind of vibrant fruit, or if you like that more subtle, subdued, softer nuances than the older wines for you. So it's kind of a subjective question.
Okay.
The wine's not going to go bad in 10 or 12 years. It's just, do you like that wine 10 or 12 years from the time you tasted it?
When you see in these old digs, they find a bottle of wine that's 1,200 years old. Is that probably not going to taste good?
I mean, maybe not. I don't know as though that's meant to maintain that long. Even some of Thomas Jefferson's first wines, which people still have, it was made here in Virginia. I don't think they're going to taste good. It's more nostalgia. Now, wine's not going to last forever. It is a living product. There's oxygenation and oxygen exchange that happens in the corks. It's not meant to last forever. So every wine has its time, and you've got to ask your producer, how long, before this is going to go bad, or what is the vintage life of this one? What are you projecting? Some of our customers, especially our wine club members, will ask us, should I cellar this? Or, hey, I have this in my cellar. I bought it 10 years ago. How's it drinking? And we'll let them know. You need to drink it within a year. Or, hey, hold on to that for another 10 years. It's just getting better.
So, question. Several years ago, I won a raffle.
Okay.
In the raffle, You're Like This was 36 bottles of wine.
I like it.
Well,
it's 3 cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, me not being a real wine drinker, they've sat around for 6, 8 years. Are they probably still good?
Are they red wines?
Mixture.
I think the white wines, unless they were maybe a barrel fermented Chardonnay or a champagne, like a French champagne, you may not want to consume those. It depends on the producer first. Your red wines, it's going to be up to the producer as well. If they were not meant to be aged, they might be over the hill. I would give the red wines a try, though.
Okay.
The whites.
Well, I've been
Google the whites.
I've been using them as gifts when I go to parties and things like that.
Yeah.
So I may be giving away foul tasting
Bad wine.
rum.
They're like, that guy has no taste.
Yeah.
So you can Google it. Google has everything you could ever want, or ChatGPT. Pop it in there and it'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, this wine's fine. This wine's not fine.
We'll
Vintage.
drink no wine before it's time.
We will. That's right. That's right. Exactly. You might be giving away really good wine too. You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ought to get a list together, and
Yeah.
it was all smaller. It was, wasn't any. I don't know if one of yours was in there or not. I can't remember.
Was it Virginia wine?
It was all
over the place.
I think what the club did is just went into a liquor store and bought
a bunch.
small vineyard wines.
Yeah.
And put them all together.
And that's a cool
And I'm like,
win.
of all the things I could win.
Yeah. Like, man.
I know.
Come on.
Can you make this rum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'd want to win rum over wine.
Yeah.
I have so much wine. I'm like, I mean, when I go out, I very seldom drink wine, to be honest with you.
I
Unless
bet.
I'm having like a nice dinner and I want to pair it.
Yeah, I bet.
Give me the bourbon or give me some vodka.
Wine somewhere is like a busman's holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we say it takes a lot of beer to make good wine. So during, production season, the winemaker's like, I got to go have a beer after work. It's always a beer.
Always
Never
a beer.
a glass of wine. Yeah.
Okay, we got what? One last
We're going to see the bottling room.
The bottling room.
Yeah, we're kind of going in a weird order, but that's just...
That's the way
the wine
it is.
industry's weird.
That's the way it is.
We're just weird. That's
We'll
how it is.
see you over there.
See you in the bottling room.
And now we're in the bottling room. This is where most people, this is all they see of this process.
Yeah.
They pick up a bottle of wine. But as you've seen in the whole podcast, man, it's a long journey to get here.
It's a long journey to get to the bottling line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll let Jen tell you about the bottling process.
So this is our bottling line, and it's pretty straightforward. We get the cases of glass, and we dump them off here, face up, neck up, and it comes around here in this area. The line, we rinse in here, and if I open this door when the line's on, the whole line shuts down. But the bottles get rinsed out for any like cardboard material or things that have settled in. They get filled here in this area. You can see in there. It's actually the wine comes down and this whole thing is rotating the whole time. And then here they get a quick burst of air to make sure everything is level at the perfect amount of wine in each bottle. Watch the hose here. This is quality control. We just make sure everything's looking good in this general area. It gets its cork in this area as well. You can see the funnel up there. It comes down and gets a cork after it gets a little burst of air to level it out. So here we make sure the corks are flush. So there's a person that usually stands here and makes sure the corks aren't popping out at all. Here it gets its label. Very important to have a label on your wine. Otherwise you could go to jail. We don't want that.
Yeah.
So here's our labeler. Pretty quick process. It goes around the rollers and gets its front label and its back label.
Now, if I remember from before, you said this is a special kind of wine.
Oh yeah, you can see the labels on here. It's our Nebbiolo. This is the Italian variety I was talking about earlier. That was one of the wines when I showed you when we first came into that room that we just bottled.
Oh, okay.
So it's that Italian variety that is the first to go through bud break and the last to be picked. So that long growing season, that Italian wine. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's filled, it's corked, it's labeled, and it's capsuled as well. We get the foil capsules over here as well. Sorry, I forgot that process. There's shiny capsules on the top of wine that are highly unnecessary in this day and age. We might be steering away from capsules because they're expensive and not necessary, but they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And people are used to seeing them.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, and we beta tested not doing capsules on one bottle of wine for our wine club, and they didn't like it. So, okay. So this is where the bottles come, and they'll continually spin around in circles if you're not working fast enough. So we have our case boxes on a table here, and we just grab them off and we put them right back into the case boxes that were emptied previously, and then we send them out here, and that is where the tour started. You saw all those case boxes stacked up in the winery, and that's why, because we just did a bottling, and that's exactly where they go until we get all the paperwork complete and add them to our bonded inventory that I showed you in the case room, until we want to sell them and we transfer them to our tax paid, and then we put them back in the tasting room, the first room we were in when you began the podcast today.
I do have a question. The thing you put on top, would you call that eye candy?
Yeah, but so you think like back when wine was made, the conditions weren't as sanitary. You had rats and things that would chew through the corks and mice. We don't have that any longer. There's different conditions that wines are stored in. So the capsules are just not necessary, but they're pretty. And there's a process, you know, visually. Opening a bottle of wine is very romantic, you know. Right. That's exactly right. So it's the lipstick, you know, you don't need it, but man, it makes things just kind of pop. And we take the foil off, and it's the presentation of everything that people love to see. Yeah. So for now, we're going to keep our foils.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's
so that
kind of the process.
Finishes the whole process.
Other than the vineyard itself, which is a whole nother 45 minutes to go through there, but maybe just show pictures.
That'll be
another day.
That'll be
right?
a podcast number 2.
Yes, podcast number 2.
Well, it'll be a podcast to this.
Yeah.
But we'll get some. We got some pictures coming in. We'll get some B-roll when we go outside of the vineyards and all. But anything else that we should see?
My goodness, you want to see the wine club room, or
let's take a look
where the wine club could go? If
You said you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
We'll be there in just a minute.
See you there?
Yeah.
I started walking away.
Get us walking through the door.
Yep. Go around there. Before we go down.
Okay. Before we go down to the club room, I thought we'd take a look here at the beautiful view from the balcony here of the vineyards. We're not going to go to the vineyards today. Like she said, that's another 45 minutes. But we'll take a look here. Wow.
This is one of the prime places to sit and enjoy when customers come out to Bro on any given day. And you can see why. The view is just spectacular. I know I spoke about Sauvignon Blanc earlier. Is one of my favorite wines here. It's just dry, crisp, it's citrusy, it's lovely like a summer day. And these are going to be our Sauvignon Blanc vines. So just really relaxing.
Wow.
This is a prime space to watch a storm roll into. If you look just over here, we get to watch the storms come right in over the mountain.
Yeah, when we were here for Key West days, we could see the storm coming across the...
And the most beautiful sunsets right there, too, over the mountains. All right.
You know, I'm sure the Outer Banks is... Well, I'm an ocean person, too, but man...
I mean, grapes don't grow in ugly places.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty fortunate if I'm not going to be in my homeland on the Outer Banks. It's not a bad place to be. And this beautiful vineyard.
This isn't the second bad place to be.
No. It's nature.
Nope.
And we're close to the Shenandoah River, so we've got that going for us.
Yeah.
You know, little
and you're back from the road. You have no noise from the road.
It's nice and quiet.
Yeah. Now, does we saw your dad's house back there. Does he live here full time?
He actually lives in Florida. He lives in a bedroom community outside of Jupiter.
Okay.
And he likes to spend time on his boat and just kind of kick back. And I told him I was going to work him out of a job when I took over the business here, and I think I've done a pretty good job at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that he can do that. It's important to me that he can do that in his life, and he's worked really hard since he was a young boy. So.
Yeah. Everybody deserves Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And I have a place to visit too. You can go see him when he's down there. Exactly.
There you go.
Do you want to go look at the club area?
Yeah, we're going to look at the club room.
All right. We'll see you there.
And that may finish our tour. See you there. Folks, we got a problem here. Russell and I are not Cellar Club members. Please identify yourself to our staff upon arrival. Hey, Jen, it's Jesse.
Hello.
And Russell.
Are we playing hide and go seek?
No, we had to. It says, if you're not a member, let yourself be known to the staff. We're here.
We'll make an exception today.
Okay, we're here.
Come on into the club room.
Okay.
So this is a nice, quiet place where our wine club members can come on those busy weekends, and we get to know them by name. We get to understand their wine preferences, and they love to come down here and enjoy this private area exclusively for the wine club. So nice. We have several different clubs too. We've got a Reds club, Whites club, a mixed club, a sweet club, and the cost is between, I'd say, $85 to maybe $220, depending on the club, and we ship them either quarterly or 3 times a year. So there's really something for everybody with regards to the wines, because we offer such a variety with our club options. And we're decorated for our Barbecue and Bluegrass Festival. That's why you see the decorations, the gingham and the red and white and things up right now. The Barbecue and Bluegrass Festival's going to be in just about 2 weeks, the first week of August.
And of course, we got more wine.
More wine.
Everywhere we go, there's wine.
That's right. We just had yesterday, one of the perks of the wine club, at the Reds Club yesterday, we hosted our pickup release. These are the wines they received. That Nebbiolo, this is a vintage wine, 2010 Nebbiolo, so it's got some age on it. These are the wines they received in our Reds Club. And I made the best bolognese for the Reds Wine Club and served it over rigatoni and did an awesome salad to go with it. And that's one of the perks. I made a lovely lunch for them, and they got to have their wine pairing and sit in here and be catered to and pampered.
Oh, cool. What is this? What's the one with the crawfish on it?
So you'll notice this is our original label for the red wines. This is our 2013 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, okay.
And the crawfish is because my family's Cajun.
Yeah.
So we pay homage to our heritage, from Louisiana. We did a bit of a renovation of our wine label. So let's see, that's Cab, and here's our new Cab label. So you can see the difference. We still have our crawfish on there, but we wanted to just make it a little less, flashy like that and bold, and a little more subdued and tailored, just as we matured and the company matured and as time went on. I do love this label though. You can never miss it on a shelf.
Oh no.
It's like a bullseye, it's big and bold. But this is nice. It's very nice. Yeah.
Nice you incorporated that into
of course.
Up there.
Yeah, and then the fleur-de-lis too. That's another Cajun symbol. It's just the flower of life. Another just symbolism of our Cajun heritage. Yeah, and the foil is indicative that we release this to our wine club. It's done in the nice red foil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Barreau.
Yes.
When I was in New Orleans, there were a lot of Barreaus.
Yeah.
Is Barreaus like Smith?
In Louisiana, it is, and everybody knows how to say it. Here,
am I saying it right?
You are.
Okay.
B-R-O, long O, exactly.
Barreau.
Bro, like bro.
Bro.
Bro, like yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
That's it.
So this is Jen Bro.
Jen Bro.
So you don't have to go Barreau.
Right. It's like mango. Bro. Mango. Bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Look what we learned today. Well, I think we're all done. Are we?
Yeah,
We've
I
seen
mean,
just
there's
about
so much to
everything.
see. I could keep you
Yeah.
guys here for hours upon end. But yeah, you've seen the basics of what we do, the tasting room and summer production and how we make the wine come to life. And it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad I got a chance to show you
Well,
around.
you know what's funny is I hear some music. What is that music? I think we ought to check outside.
Let's check outside.
See what's going on.
Let's do it.
We're going to walk upstairs, see where that music's coming from.
Let's do it.
Well, Jen, thank you for the tour of the winery. It was a whole lot more work to making wine than what I ever expected.
Yeah, I definitely have more of appreciation for that bottle of wine now, don't you?
That's right. That's right. Maybe I'll try wine. Maybe I'll try wine. Like I said, I'll drink wine if it's super sweet.
Yeah.
You know, but and I especially can't drink white wine. Although there is a white wine that I like. Which I don't know what the name is. It's kind of a sweet white wine.
Well,
So,
you like the sangria here? I
Yeah,
know that.
the sangria.
We've got a couple other ones.
What is that made with?
The sangria it's a white wine called Equation White. It's a white blend that's already a little sweet. And then we have our sangria mix. It has mango juice and peach juice and lychee. Wow. It's so good. Yeah.
And then you put the fruit in it?
And we put the frozen strawberries and blueberries.
Man.
It's a treat.
You got to come try that.
It's like dessert in a glass. It's
yeah,
so
it
good.
is.
Yeah.
It is. You got to come try that.
Come try the sangria.
So make plans to come to Bro.
Yes. Bro
Vineyards. And you want to give the address?
36888 Bro Vineyards Lane, and that's spelled BREAUX Vineyards Lane, and that's going to be in Purcellville, Virginia. We're 6 miles away from Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, 6 miles away from Maryland.
And website is
www.brovineyards.com, and you can find us on Facebook at Bro Vineyards 1997. All of our events are going to be listed there, from live music to big festivals, wine dinners, everything.
Get your butts down here, because this is worth coming to an event here.
Come see us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, now we're going to go outside and see what this noise is outside.
Here's some music. Let's do it.
Sounds like some music.
Yeah.
Okay, Jen, I'll catch you next time.
I'll see you next time.
Okay. And let's see what's out here, Jen. Oh, what is this? Key West Days.
Key West Festival.
Nobody told me it was going to be Key West Days out here.
Well, we're glad you're here.
You were holding back on me, weren't you?
Well, you sure make the event. We're glad you showed up today.
Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd.
It's a beautiful day to be in a vineyard in paradise.
And not real hot.
Not real hot. It's a gorgeous day.
Okay. So I'm going to make my way through the crowd. Thank you for the tour of the brewery.
You're welcome.
And maybe I'll talk to you later.
I love that.
I'm going to head out and talk to people.
Have some fun.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay.